Let's be clear. Citing Michel Foucault to criticize artificial intelligence is, well, it's merely fear porn. It's used by the technically illiterate to hide their own ignorance behind some kind of philosophical authority.
Excuse me, that is an incredibly arrogant thing to say. You're dismissing the very real, the intuitive fear of being watched, the creep factor, just because regular people don't understand the code. Relying on renowned philosophers is perfectly valid when we are facing an invisible panopticon.
Invisible power? Please. This is what I call the spiritual sales method. It is identical to scammers selling expensive pots to ward off evil spirits. You don't understand the technology, so you invent a ghost story about surveillance to rationalize your fear. The reality is much simpler. What you call surveillance is actually a fare. A trade.
A trade?
Yes. You exchange your data, you receive convenience and optimization. It is a transaction. If you hate it too much, just throw away your smartphone, go back to a flip phone.
That is such a privileged, cold-hearted take. It's not a fair trade at all, it's a trap. I mean, do you really think anyone reads those 50-page terms of service agreements? No, we accept them because we have to. We are victims of a system where you literally cannot function in modern society without these devices. It's not about convenience, it's about survival. We are driven by these primitive desires to connect, and these companies exploit that. Being constantly nudged by algorithms, it hurts human dignity, it hurts our self-esteem.
Dignity. You sound like a child screaming oppression because their parents won't let them play in traffic. It's the monster parent analogy. You interpret the algorithm's guidance as dominance, but objectively, it is care. It is optimizing your path, removing friction, predicting your needs. You view safety as a cage simply because you prioritize a chaotic definition of freedom.
I am not a child. I want my humanity recognized. Look, when a parent watches a child, it's love. When a corporation tracks my every move to sell me toothpaste, that is not care. That is being reduced to a cold data point. It feels predatory. I don't want to be optimized. I just want to be left alone.
You are projecting intent where there is none. And this is the fundamental error of your whole Panopticon argument. That model governing by fear from a central tower, it's completely obsolete. 20th century power governed via fear. Modern power governs via dopamine. The algorithm doesn't want to punish you, it wants to pleasure you. You aren't being watched by a guard, you're being fed by a waiter.
And that's exactly why it's worse. In the old days, at least we knew when we were being coerced. Now we're just addicted. We can't resist the dopamine hit. You say it's what we want, but is it? Or is it just what the machine has trained us to want? I miss the days when my thoughts actually felt like my own. The fact that I can't resist the scroll is exactly why it is so dangerous.
Your nostalgia is inefficient. And your suggestion that individual critical thinking can defeat an algorithm is laughable. It is like trying to fight a B-29 bomber with a bamboo spear. The AI has no malice, no will, and no desire to enslave you. It is simply math solving for click-through rates. You are fighting a calculator and losing, and instead of learning math, you are quoting philosophy.
Stop calling it just math. You're making it sound like my free will is completely powerless against a spreadsheet. That is terrifying. If I can't outthink it and I can't live without it, then what am I? I'm just a puppet. You're telling me I'm being manipulated by something I can't understand or fight?
I am not here to offer you hope. The only value of this source material, this philosophical critique you cling to, is as a clinical sample. It demonstrates perfectly how ignorant intellectuals monetize anxiety to sell books to frightened people like you.
You have no heart.
Discussion finished. Isolating the bug.